Eep.
Hello, everybody. I am Steve of Mac84. I am wildly unprepared for life, and I hope you are too. How's everyone doing? My goodness, it's been a little bit. Happy to see so many folks in our chat today. Let's start by saying hello to all the lovely people who decided to stop by. For some reason, YouTube is showing some crowns. I have no idea what the heck this means. Next to people's usernames, there's like a leaderboard of XP. I don't know how any of this works. When the hell did this happen? It's like one of my favorite Back to the Future quotes. We have Eric Helgeson in the chat. We have Thomas Armstrong. Eric is number 1 apparently right now. I don't know how that made it, but there you go. We have Garth Beagle. We have Dana of Dana Does Stuff. We also have Sam Johnson, Train of Treatness, Technobabble. Show Fox is here. Hello, hello. And Colin of This Does Not Compute a Stream in This Economy. And we have Sean of Action Retro. Yes, the answer is yes. SadMac356 is here. Tev Rudin is here. Rudy's Retro Intel is here. Who else is here? We have Apple's Anonymous, Nick Gamer, and Kevin. Whoop, the chat did that scroll thing. I lost my place. Yeah, if I missed anybody else, hello, hello. Thank you all for joining in this whatever this is. Hey Ron, how's it going? You can turn it off now. Check your Discord. Oh well, I don't launch any applications while I'm doing things because then I get confused. So I'm more confused. But Ron won it somehow. Stolen valor. Ron stole the crown. This is so stupid. Anyway, how is everyone doing? I hope in this absolutely insane, scary, crazy, and confusing world that we're all doing just slightly better than we were yesterday, or at least on par with surviving and breathing and not dying. So speaking of not dying, I'm not dead. I've been super duper busy with work mainly, and have not had the energy nor the time to do a lot of things. So I am trying to force myself just to take a look at some things and slowly ease back into it. VCF East had a swap meet this weekend, which was cool. So that was yesterday, and saw a lot of you crazy people in the chat there. So thank you all for saying hello and encouraging me to do silly things with free pile stuff. And as part of that, I picked up my Macintosh IIx board that I had loaned off for VCF East, the proper event, maybe a year ago, maybe less. I don't remember. But here's the board. I got it back. And thank you, Ron. Buying your way to the top. I like my fans. Eep. Thank you very much, Ron, for the super chat. My goodness. I am number 1 in crowns. Ron will destroy you. Oh boy. No, I did not sell the 840 AV. I am not that deranged. Not yet. We will see what the future has in store for me. But I have my Mac 2C. I'm sorry. I keep wanting to say 2CX board. It's a Mac 2X board. So everything the Macintosh 2 should have been, including a 68030 processor. So the story behind this goes that my friend Ian, who's a great friend and a great person who volunteers his time and energy at a lot of VCF repair workshops and setting up for events and all that stuff, they were having a Macintosh 2 on display as part of their exhibit. And for whatever reason, that Macintosh 2 became very sad. And I took that Macintosh 2 board home to try and fix the memory slots, and it was just a grueling task. And I never got, it was like a few weeks before the event, and I just not have the time to actually finish that and make sure it worked. So what I said was, well, I could give you my Mac 2X board, and if that works for you, you could use that as your exhibit. That's fine. Just put it in the case. And they're like, okay, great. So they put the Mac IIx board in their case and were preparing to use it for the exhibit, and then all of a sudden it just died out of nowhere. It was like it was working, then it wasn't. And I'm like, oh, that's strange. But they had it at their facility for a while, and I literally have not had a chance to go grab it. We just never aligned. So hopefully we could get this worked on. Haven't seen it in over a year or so. But all right, let's. Sorry, there's a lot of chat here. So you click. There is a leaderboard. Yes, I did click. It's just I'm too old for this stuff. I just every time I launch YouTube or something, I'm just like so very tired. Anyway, thank you, Rudy, for the super chat. I will give you more, but tariffs got in the way. Yeah, just send rolls of pennies. I'm number 3 now. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Anyway, I'm sure I'm gonna like wake up to a bunch of Discord messages explaining this insanity, but keep grinding in the woods. Don't get eaten by a grue, and we'll all try and survive. But yeah, so I picked this up from the swap meet from my friend. He gave it back to me, which was great. Thank you, Ian. And I did pick up a few other things from the swap meet. I'm not going to go over everything. I would encourage you all to tune in if you're a supporter of the channel, which I hope you are, or a supporter of Colin's channel. This does not compute. We will be releasing at some point, maybe this week or in a few days or next week or whatever. We recorded a little update about a bunch of things, but I do go over some of the VCF East swap meet stuff in the podcast episode that I've recorded with Colin earlier this week. So, or no, wait, earlier this morning. Brain. So you have something to look forward to. Yes, as Colin confirms, Thursday. Yes, brain work go. So I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will hopefully try and create a little video with some of the clips that I took during the event. I don't know if I took enough video for like a proper video, but at least I'll put it on Patreon or something like that. Assuming I get it edited by then. We'll see who is lazier, me or you, between my video editing and your audio editing. Have you tried turning it on and off again? We will try that. We will try. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I just ignore all of YouTube's emails. All of YouTube's emails usually consist of like, your videos are doing really bad in performance. Add more advertisements. Or, hey, here's what's new at YouTube. And it's like some person being like, hey, we increased the YouTube shorts to now be like 18 minutes in length. You know, stuff I'm really not interested about. But anyway, some of the freebie things I picked up, my pal Thomas of Amiga of Rochester handed off these to me to get scanned, because I need more scanning to do in my life, apparently. These are reference guides, and I guess they're just like a parts list for like compacts. Apparently these are not online. If they are, that'll save me a lot of time. But this is Volume 2, 37 edition. And it includes a bunch of stuff. And this is Volume 1. I guess I did this backwards. Retired or discontinued products. So that's neat. Get the 2X toast bread. Tasty, crusty bread. CD, I wish. Eep! It is not doing much of anything at the moment. Thank you very much for your support. But we'll see. Maybe we could, if we get this working, it's going to be a real short stream. Oh, thanks, camera. You know, just like, not work. Come on. Anywho. And then this was on a free pile. At least I think it was. Somebody handed it to me. So, you know, me and books and documentation. What year is this from? System 7.1. Does it say? 1993. Okay, this is the 3rd edition. Focus. There we go. Now with light capacitor flavor. Not that Robin Williams, yeah. But decent English muffin. Oh boy. And also I picked up some random cables from a free pile. You can never have too many of these cables. At least I am always losing them. And just some USB A to B cables, because apparently I gave away a bunch of mine with some printers. I had some laser printers that I sold a few years ago. Yes, I actually got rid of them off Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And I think someone wanted a cable for one. I'm like, oh, here. And I just like gave them 2 because I didn't know if one worked because it looked a little bit rotted. But Kapam! Hi! All right. So, thank you for the clarification, Dana. What's the highest OS you could hack on the 2X? I don't know, probably 7.5, or if you really want to be stupid, System 8. But it's only a 68030 at 16 megahertz, I think. Anyway, and then there's one little box of goodies that my friend RetroFox passed off to me. He had gotten things, I think, at a yard sale or something. And I said, ooh, goodies, and he had no interest, so he passed them along to me. But look, welcome new Mac owners, Mac home. So I think this is, what year is this from? Does it say? Ooh, I could win speakers on page 40. This in its own self could be a video of me just like browsing through this and yammering on. Come on, give me a date on somewhere here. No. I guess this is, I can't see any date on here. Hey, Steven, how's it going? This, the WWDC week content we need. Damn right we do. So yeah, this is, I'm going to guess from 95-ish, something like that, based on the Macs that are on there. But, yeah, that's neat. So a little booklet of, Mac tips and tricks. There's some, a bunch of stuff in here. I think this was more of like an offshoot, from Macworld, if I'm remembering correctly, although I could just be misremembering the publication names at this point. I do love that it's at the bottom right of these page numbers, it's saying this is the Performa special issue. So, yeah, this is, if you bought a Performa, I guess you could have bought this for $4 or something. I don't know. But, yeah. And what was really neat about this is this AV cable. I cannot tell you how many times I went into an Apple store in the early 2000s and saw this on the display rack that they had of their cables. And it just really takes me back to that time of their design language and everything, for these cables. This was at The Wiz. That used to be an electronics store here. Nobody beats The Wiz. And yeah, my friend RetroFox had this, and I picked it up from him because I have an iBook with this type of a cable. I have, you could use a standard one, but I just really do love it in the little bag there. Somebody obviously never used it. And again, from The Wiz, .Mac, $99, my goodness. Inspected by number 12. So there you go. I bought a Performer and all I got with this lousy magazine. Yeah, pretty much. I thought this was neat because it has the fold out here to like tell you all about your digital life. This is before they put things into those little small half-height boxes. So even though I was an actual .Mac subscriber all the way back to the iTools days, and then Mobile Me and then iCloud and all that crap, I thought this was really neat. So I'm going to put that next to my boxes on the shelf because I don't think I had this one. So. And let's see what else is in here. Load Runner, probably also included with the Performa. Register Virex now. Enjoy the wing wang. Thank you, Gupbomb. Appreciate the super chat. Eep. .Mac was basically iCloud before it was Mobile Me, before it was... just do a Wikipedia search. It's old. It makes me feel old. Speaking of old, ClarisWorks 4, the user's guide, sealed, rare. I know what I have. And Apple Resource Training Guide thingamajig. Let's see if there are any goodies inside of this. Sometimes they have stickers or these product support cards, which is almost like a telephone card. Let's see. Oh, we got stickers. Look at the stickers. Look at the stickers. Ooh, very nice. That's why you always go through documentation. You never know what you're about to throw out. Speaking of throwing out, my goodness, there's a lot more here than I thought there was. Oh, you get it right on the internet now with eWorld. How about that? Hey, Tom. Yes, so does mine, Steven. My Apple ID is so old that once I called up for support and the technician commented, he's like, your account number is really low. And I'm like, really? that is very, very much explains a lot. We have an Apple registration card. Ron, this may look familiar to you. Slightly different vintage. A coupon. I gotta scan this. This is cool. This is all in beautiful shape too. 8 megabytes of RAM free. You'll need it to run soft Windows. My goodness, what a hog. And then there are some books in here. Multiple scan 15 display. We got Performa CD, just a little pamphlet from it. The Writing Center. Quick reference. Espresso calendar and address book. Look at that design of that train. It's just awesome. Limited warranty for customers in Mexico and South America. Okay, now we know where this came from. A Performa 6300. That poor soul. And here's the manual for the 6200 and 6300 series. Manual for At Ease 2.0. And my personal favorite, which is this fold out for At Ease 2.0. That's cool. So I will scan and archive what has not already been done so by other stewards of the interwebs. So thank you again to RetroFox for snagging these up for me. Oh, there's a floppy in here too. Multiple scan software for a Macintosh. If you really needed that. Oh, come on, you stupid camera. There we go. Maybe? Oh, come on. Really? You got to get the mold on this. It's great. There we go. Bruce, I'm right behind you. Oh, goodness. Hope you're feeling better, Bruce. I know you've been through a little bit. Let me catch up on the chat. Sorry. Stick them on your face. The value has only gone up. Oh, my goodness. Doop. Just scroll through the comments here. Yeah, I don't even think... I think the system I have is a 6200. I'm looking for it on the shelf somewhere. I don't think I have a 6300, but then again... it's good replacement parts for my busted 630. Oh, boy. Tom. Hey, BK, how's it going? I have to email you because last time I streamed about your Mac 2, I think it's in a better place, but I do have to make sure everything's still good because then I can hand it off to you. But last time, if in case you tuned off before the end of that stream, because it was a long-winded one, we seemingly got the accelerator working when I was testing it on my Mac 2 board. So I want to transfer all of that back to your Mac 2, and then we'll see if it's happy again. Because we were getting that freezing before, but it's still on my mind, so just wanted to let you know that. Do you need any of that stuff? Well, Jimmy, I would like to highlight your comment as nobody needs any of this stuff. Let me just underline that here. The point of this is really just to try and preserve this stuff for future generations, scan what I can and stuff like that. Everyone seems to have thrown away most of the documentation out there, so I do what I can to try and preserve it. Nobody needs any of this stuff, but at one point in time, somebody might find it useful or humorous. So, all right. So let's take a look at this Macintosh IIx board, which is likely upset. And it would be less upset if I could actually plug the darn microscope into my computer. You know, I've had this for a few months now, and I still haven't bought a proper USB 3 hub. There's one built into my display, but it does not have enough ports for all the wing-wangs I plug into here. So let's try this again. Let's hope we don't have to like restart the whole dang stream, just because OBS doesn't know how to communicate with things. And fingers crossed. There we go. We got microscope view. How about that? All right, let's get some focus on here. So again, at the top of the stream, I mentioned this Mac IIx was working. Whoopsies, knocked into the microphone there. I loaned it to some folks at VCF to put on a display, and then it wasn't happy. So I have no idea why, but we will figure it out. Oh, do you read any of it? I'm sorry. I skim through comments, and that's my problem. I actually do read the documentation. I do enjoy reading documentation, especially from a historical context. it's fun to just go back and browse things. And it's also, if I'm trying to do research for a video or a subject that I know about, but I just want to confirm my assumptions, I will actually go and read some documentation. I have some binders of Apple documentation and stuff like that. But, you know, I was just joking because, like, we don't need any of this stuff. Yet my basement is full of it. So, you know. Have the getting started manual to my Macintosh TV, and I cannot find any scans of it online. I've seen multiple images listing the manual. Yeah, exactly. Like, stuff like that is weird because you'd think that that would be archived, but then again, it was sort of before Apple offered a lot of their documentation online. And even when they did, I don't think their knowledge base website was easily, like, scrapable. So, although a copy may exist on the Internet Archive somewhere, it might not be easily findable, or it might be, like, inside of someone's FTP, you know, archive somewhere. So it's not really one of those things where you could, you know, dig around and find it easily. All right. When are they ever happy? They are never happy. All right. Let's see. All right. So we're looking at anything that stands out to me. Obviously, this board is an imperfect shape. It was recapped on a prior stream, and for some reason this thing just shut off and wouldn't turn on. So I'm going to take a cursory look at this, see if I spot anything that, like, has clearly gone sad. And I do have a power supply. I can shove this thing into a case and power it up. But I'm trying to see if anything, like, looks like it got a little toasty or has gotten some unwanted voltage. But oh, yeah. No, Jimmy, I'm 100% with you. I do find it fascinating to page through documentation physically. I mean, yeah, it's great to have, like, a PDF that you could search, but there also is the leisurely aspect of just like, oh, let me pull this off the shelf. I'm curious about it. Same thing with old video game magazines and computer magazines, all that stuff. Oh, this board is so large. It's so awkward to put under the microscope on this bench here. Is that a cornflake? Well, something. It's got all English muffiny. Hey, Kevin, you know, I am so surprised of the views and the comments that I got on that video. I am super happy that I did that, and that's, like, really 100% of why I live stream my repairs, because even if I'm not successful, if I am, people learn from it. And in that case, yeah, I fixed a cinema display by reading a guide of how to do it, of, like, what to short out or what to do this, or, like, explained that. And I took the rudimentary approach. There is a better explanation, apparently, of, like, that looks a little weird, but we'll double check that. There is, I think, a better way that if you remove all the LEDs from that, you could scrub them out or clean them out, and then they won't short, and then you actually have brightness control. But the way I fixed it, it took away the brightness control, but my wife still uses the display. She doesn't have any problems with it. Eventually, we'll replace it when she gets a new machine, because you know, then it will be all USB-C and all this stuff. But super glad that helped you out. I thought that was, like, floating, but it's not. Oh yeah, this board has some stories to tell. My goodness. That cap looked burnt. Yeah, probably did. Let's take a look. Did you catch the number of it, that locomotive, Eric? I will go back to that because I don't remember what I just moved my camera to. These badges are so silly. I've dropped a number 3. Oh, yeah. Oh, please. As somebody who... it's like right before you turned the board. Okay. I think I was looking in this direction here. Oh. That does look a little charred. But that also might have been, like, my soldering iron touching it. This guy over here. C10. Yes, as somebody who writes a lot of content at my day job, it is infuriating when we're spending time deliberating on language, knowing that someone is just going to blow past it and then get upset later on. So, yeah, that's interesting. I don't necessarily look like that it has exploded or anything, because if there was some sad reaction to that, I think that's just grimy. I think if this had a problem, it would be much more violent. But, yeah, let's try and just clean that up just to see. And this is the fun game of where did I put my tools? Oh, I think I took the isopropyl alcohol upstairs because I was archiving some floppy disks. That's always a good thing. Let me just have a rudimentary little cap full of isopropyl alcohol. That certainly won't fall on my lap. What did I do to this cap? I put it on wrong? A plus, Steven. My goodness. All right. One for you, one for me. No. Demonetized. All right, let's see if this will clean off here. I mean, is that just surface level or actually? Oh, well. It does seem to just be surface level. I don't know. That is weird. I will see if it's shorted or something. At cursory glance, I would just assume this is just like, something my soldering iron pushed up against or something like that. But I really have not dealt with a lot of tantalums that have failed. So I would assume this is okay, but who knows? The almighty Bruce of Brankus Creations. Any input on this? To me, it looks like just a flesh wound, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? Don't drink it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not that dumb. Speaking of dumb, some idiot just went down the street on a motorcycle really quickly. Looks fine to Bruce. All right. The almighty Bruce has spoken. Yeah, this one doesn't look too hot either. Maybe somebody just sneezed on all these caps. Achoo! Oh my goodness. So sorry. It's weird though. What is this, blood? It's like... It is strange, I have to admit. I don't necessarily know why. Hey, Dan, Canadian Computer Collector. How the heck are you? Your work is usually better than this. Thank you. I honestly would have to look back at the live stream to determine what the heck went on here. There is another cap with a weird marking on it. I don't really remember. Like, it's been so long since I've touched this machine. I assume I recapped it, but I mean, the hell do I know? Yeah, I really don't know what to think here. But I mean, what else would cause these little marks on here? Really, because like these things are usually like I would know because if I'm soldering in something. If I'm soldering in one of these caps, sometimes a little heavy-handed with the soldering iron, and they usually don't burn up like that. So, I don't know if these are just like off-branded caps that I used, and they got a little toasty. I really don't know. There's a lot of flux in between here, though. This could use for a clean for sure. To get out the toothbrush, I think. Yeah, I'm going to test them for shorts in a second. That's a good idea. Grilled tantalum. My favorite. Look at all that. That is just absolutely delicious. Yeah, I'll have to look back at a previous live stream to see what the hell I did with this thing. But oh, thank you, Eric. You are trying to earn back your #1 place in the crown, I see. Good on you. You will manually get some experience points from me. I love all of you. You're all crazy, just like me. Oh no, I dropped my soldering thing. At least I can pick that up. Hold, please. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes. Dan and Dana are likely playing Minecraft right now. So I am distracting them as they are playing on my Minecraft server, which is sitting behind me. This stupid Dell Optiplex tower that I'm pointing at. And this stupid thing just likes to do a Windows update and shut off, even though I disabled that policy. Oh, thank you very much, Kevin. That is very, very kind and generous of you. Eep! Thanks for fixing my display. I really appreciate videos like yours. They give people a chance to learn and feel motivated to repair things instead of just tossing them into recycling. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. That is amazing. Again, thank you, Kevin. I'm very, very proud that my work has inspired you to try and fix it yourself. And kudos to you for keeping something out of the landfill and trying to fix it, because I think that's a thing that, unfortunately, with today's electronics and computers, that people just think, oh, this is done, and they're going to go recycle it or toss it out. So thank you for keeping that alive just a little bit longer. That is awesome. Thank you so much. What the hell, you folks? Oh, boy. All right, sorry, just catching up on the insanity of this channel. Oh, the new Optiplex, the carpet inside. That's in the. You know exactly where that is. Shoal Fox. It's in the garage, and I've not nudged it since. Oh my goodness! All right, so let's check for continuity here. Nope. It. Give me a 0. As I hear sirens in the distance. Let's check the other cap that looks sad. Just out of curiosity. But yeah, one of my goals with all this crazy crap is just like trying to keep it out of the landfill. Even if it's an image writer 2, you know, I don't need a 12th. Well, that one seems okay. But it's weird. Like, for example, nobody wanted those stupid things. And then when everyone was playing around with Global Talk, suddenly everyone's like, I need an image writer too. I need a Local Talk card. I need this. And it's like, these things come in waves. Like right now, whoops. Huh. Does anybody have a Mac IIx to play along with at home? I wonder if I remove that cap, if that is also shorted. Let's turn on the soldering iron. Because, they're not making any more of these things, which doesn't mean they're necessarily rare. Steve Jobs, I know what I have. Buy it now, eBay, $1,000. But, there's something that, if it's busted, you could use a part from it. Or, like Ian has recreated the Image Writer Local Talk card, which is super cool, Yeah, that's right, Bruce. There you go. I'm just gonna leave. No, Eric, please. We need your help. Yeah. Now the issue, if that indeed is shorted and shouldn't be, the question is why? Why did that happen? And let's try and figure that out. So I could have had 20 image writers had I responded to that guy. Gillette that had 20 of them. Oh my god, so many. I don't even think I have 20 of them. Well, I'm going to remove this from the board and see if those traces are, for some reason, shorted. They shouldn't be. But my good pal Bruce is going to see if, maybe, if he feels up to it. No pressure. See if his C10 capacitor is acting the same way. We'll find out momentarily. Maybe this is a whole bad batch of caps. A lot of fun that would be. All right. Okay. Well, those two traces are beeping. So, Bruce is like, all right, I'll get up. Yeah, interesting. So, let's see if the capacitor itself is, The sirens are getting closer. If my house is on fire, could somebody let me know? Thank you. Yep, nothing there. What's the resistance? Yes, let's see. What do I have to... I have to go into the ohms thingamajig, don't I? Those sirens are getting closer. Okay, good. Now they're in the distance. Let's see. 15.7 ohms And I could actually test the capacitor with my little fancy dandy thingamajig doodle guy. But I would have to solder leads to it. Why not? We're already doing whatever the heck. And I have so many little scraps of wire here that I'm not going to use for anything else. So let's do it. Why the heck not? Extend this stream longer than it has to be. Oops, it's all sticky with... why am I dripping with goo? With old flux. That's close enough. And where'd the other wire go? There it is. So exciting. Look at this fine soldering job I did. That's going to rip the pad off of the cap if I'm not lucky. If I'm not careful, rather. I'm never lucky. No, I shouldn't say that. I am a very lucky and blessed individual. To have friends like yous. Alright, so. Oops, dropped the lead. Sorry, Eric. Let me catch up on your chat. No, we just both made Bruce get up. That's all. Bruce needs exercise and everything when he's sick. No, he doesn't need any of that. Bruce, do not feel obligated if you're not feeling well. Just hang tight. We'll figure it out the hard way by brute forcing it. All right, so I'm going to turn on this little thingamajig. This multifunction tester. I'm going to plug this capacitor in and press go and see if it identifies it properly as a capacitor. And that should tell us if it's still happy or not. Start testing. Capacitor. 47 microfarads. Well, 4702 microfarads. 1.5% V loss. I think we are good. I think that's a good capacitor. So I don't think we have to worry about that. So that's good to know. That didn't go explode itself. Because these things are getting more expensive, unfortunately. Goodwill has 2 Image Writer 2s. Mac Crafter, I think you know what to do. Let's see. What'd I miss? Me yelling at this Macintosh IIx, trying to figure out why it said. We took off a cap because it seemed like it was shorted, but it might just be how the traces are on this machine. Our good pal Bruce at Brankus Creations is going to check his, just for funsies. No roofie cap fire, so I'm off to bed. Take care, Rudy. Good night. The doohickey, that is the technical response. Oh, you're not the only one who's hoarding old Apple printers. Don't worry. All right, so let's take a look elsewhere on the board. We can put that cap back in a moment. But just seeing if there's anything else that sticks out to us as being said. Oh, yeah, see, I was showing off the little meter thing. I'm sorry that my video was not bigger because I'm too stupid to remember to switch the video feed. I should really get like a foot pedal or something to allow me to do that. Oh, some of these chips are pretty crusty. I should really just reflow the solder on a lot of these. I don't think they're crusty enough where they look like they would be causing a problem, but you really never know, especially, I mean, that looks pretty crusty. You want to risk it? Why the heck not? Let's, poke in it. Oh, so Bruce is getting 16 ohms there. All right, is that with the capacitor on, my friend, or with it off? So let's go back where we were. Here, C10 on the 2X. Put both leads here. I'm getting 15.7. Hold on. Let me try and hold this in a way. Oh, come on. You stupid board. Now, mine does have the batteries installed at the moment. I doubt that makes any difference, but just sharing. Oh, please. Things are just getting... I wish I had a third hand sometimes. Yeah, it's about... Well... Yeah, about 16 ohms. Oh, where's the stupid button? Hold, please. There. Jeez, my goodness. Oh, now I move my leads. So yeah, Bruce, that's what it's... oh, focus, you bad camera, you. There we go. And now it moved. There. that's with the capacitor removed. Let's put the cap back on. But again, you say yours is not shorted. That's so weird. And by the capacitor itself, it's not shorted. So if I go to continuity mode here, cap seems fine. But those traces are not. Those traces seemed... well, it's certainly beeping at me. Yeah, 15.6 ohms. And it's beeping. I need the Kaiwitz OPS plug. Alright, let's... oh, sorry. Yeah, let me go back to the thing. I'm bad at this. Let me clean this up. There's a lot of gunk here. It's probably not helping. Who knows? I blame past Steve for this. This is obviously his problem. I'd be damned if I'm going to clean it up. Oh, something fell in the basement. I heard a box fall. Enzo. Alright, let's see. Yep, it's still ringing true. Eric, hi. How's it going, man? Alright. Now both Erics fight for dominance for the crown of whatever the heck YouTube is doing these days. Alright, so that's interesting. So where the heck do these leads go to? That this would be causing a short. They go to the bottom of the board, or at least in between the layers of the board. Can I see where it goes from the other side? Yeah, maybe. I think those 2 points. I know it's out of focus. Sorry, folks. Let me just test this here. Yeah. So these 2 points here, right by this little notch hole here. That's interesting. It's meant to be like that. Okay. All right. So I will stop poking that then, Bruce. Thank you very much for... I mean, you could have just easily said nothing, and I would have just kept poking at this for the next 45 minutes. If that is what it takes to make you feel better, Bruce, I am willing to do that. You just let me know. Everybody leaves the stream. Let me clean up this gunk before I put this cap back on. It's like, I want to live. Put me back on the board. Alright, let's try to put this back on. Should put a little bit of flux in there, shouldn't I? If I knew where I put the little thingamajig. Here, Flux. Here, boy. There you are. Okay, Bruce. Just for you, I will remove the little adhesive pads. For a brand new scalpel here, so scalpel blade rather. There we go. You ready to run that marathon now, Bruce? Feel better soon, buddy. My friend tried turning it on and off again. We will test that shortly. I just wanted to do a cursory look of this before we shoved any volts into it. Much better. I need to clean off my desk. Because these boards are so freaking huge, I just shoved everything to one side in order to fit it in the view, so all of you could see. But yeah, I need to clean off this desk. Hot flux action. That is still a little bit over on this side to my liking. I am not going to be able to do it as neat and tidy as Bruce, but at least I could fake it. Bruce, I didn't catch your stream on your little soldering iron Or maybe it was a video you did. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't click on it yet. It's on my to-watch list. But if anyone needs to know about soldering and how to hone your skills, my good pal Bruce of Brankus Creations has an excellent series of YouTube videos, and even I think he put together a playlist of like his beginners how to solder tutorials. Excellent stuff. I mean, that's how I learned. He just beat me over the head mercilessly, and I was like, okay, Bruce, okay, I got it. Stop using your feet to do it. Yes. All right. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Drive home yesterday from the swamp meet was absolutely awful. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, it looked like the weather was terrible where you were headed. Glad you got home safe, though. My goodness. Yeah, so I use leaded solder just because the lead-free stuff, I just don't like working with it. Ah, very nice. Good to hear, Bruce. All right, so let's see if there's anything else that sticks out to me that looks sad on this board. And we'll try and power it on, see if maybe it likes my power supply better. I don't know. Now, I don't think I replaced these big old caps here, but these rarely fail, and they look like they're in good shape. And there's a very small hint of corrosion there. I wonder if I could test those in line without removing them. But I do doubt that would be the issue here. But again, looking for anything else, there's my serial number, B19003044444. Oh, that looks nasty. Oh yeah, that I remember this. Ugh, there's like hair on it too. I remember this section. That was a mess. I certainly didn't make it look that much better, did I? Got our processor here. Looking for anything obvious. I mean, and I dropped my scalpel and almost stabbed myself. How about that? Oh boy. Hey, everything is broken garage. How's it going, Ryan? Buff the shine on that crystal. Yeah, that's why it's unhappy. Oh boy. I just saw something my friend Ian put on here. That's great. So I had this I labeled all the memory and stuff because I'm like, you know, I'm not doing this because I think you're gonna steal it, but you know, it's I'm gonna forget it's there. So you know, just so you know if it's mine or if you play around with it. And so I wrote put little labels on the ROM. I already had labels on some of the memory, and my friend Ian put a little smiley face that he wrote, Mac 2X, Ian was here. Thank you, Ian. That's great. Now, the ROM slot on here is a little bit warbly, but should be fine. It looks like all the RAM is tested. Some of it is from the VCF folks. I did put labels on that, but I'm not seeing anything glaring. I'm going to put this in a case of the power supply, or at least with the power supply. And see if it does anything differently. Do I have to ground it, or if I'm just jump starting it without batteries, right? Let me, as I drop things onto my desk here. Let me test the voltage of the batteries that I put in here. Wouldn't it be funny if that's why it's not turning on? Just because the stupid batteries are dead. We got, what brand is this battery? Whatever it is. Let's see the voltage on this one. This is 3.6 volts. Look at that. Brand new freaking PRAM battery. And then we have a PK cell. Only the finest. That's again at 3.6 volts. Okay, so both these batteries are good. That's very rare to have two PRAM batteries in my basement that have a full damn charge. How about that? So to look at this board properly and to test it, I have to show you Exhibit B. And Exhibit B is what I picked up at the VCF show. God. Exhibit B is this. Oh, boy. It's a Macintosh 2. That's currently sad, but it was $7 whole. So I said yes to the sadness. This will be a future thumbnail, I'm sure. You know. Let me see if I can open this up without cracking the plastic. These cases are always so big. It appears to be beige. Yeah, it has a pretty good tan line on it. But honestly, the case is in pretty good shape otherwise. Oh, come on. There we go. My problem with these cases is always the front. Because there are these little clips that hold it in, and I always feel like they're going to freaking snap when I lift the case forward. Because they shouldn't. They should just come freely. Come on. Oh boy. Ugh. There we go. All right. But as you can see inside of this thing, has a fair amount of rust. Let me move the camera. Yeah, so this is just a straight up Mac 2. It is missing the processor. It is missing the ROMs. It is also missing, what is that, the PMU? I always forget. UG13. Yeah, so it's missing that. I think not all of them came with that, though. So this has been passed around the VCF folks, from what I understand. So I guess it was just pillaged for parts. But I figured the power supply was worth the $7, and any chips that I would steal from the board for any other reason. Sorry, it's a shame about the rust, but everything else seems to be okay. But I'm going to take out the power supply, see if we could get our system to use it. Apparently it is good. We will see that soon. Is the swim chip there? I believe it is. Yes, the IWM chip is there. So that's worth $7 alone. Let's see if it's the upgraded one. I doubt it. It's from 82. I don't think that's the upgraded one. I think that is the original one. And the sound chip is there. So, again, $7 whole for parts? Sure. Thanks, Bob. It's like a VCF Midwest reunion. Yes, with less jet lag. Yeah, come on, Sean, start playing the music. We need Stop Bits to make an appearance. Get Veronica and Taylor and Amy. Let's do all the music. Come on. Shove a G forward. So I am taking I think there's one screw just holding the power supply in here. So I'm going to liberate the power supply from this system. We're going to open up this power supply because I do not just turn on power supplies without looking into them. Especially of this vintage. Those caps look a little dusty inside, but they don't look too bad. There's a sticker on here. There's a job number sticker. August 4th, 1993. So either someone repaired this or inspected it or did something with it at that date. That's interesting. All right. So, let's see if my second camera wants to work today, because I think that would be a good use of whatever the heck we're doing here. My goodness, look at the awful mess I have on my desk. Well, that's not going to change anytime soon. My apologies for what you all are about to see. This is terrible. Ooh, squeakiness. Can I crop this? Hold please. I guess I could just zoom into it because, that's easier than, actually doing anything else. There we go. Ugh. This is my horrible, messy desk. Let me put a side-by-side thing because we're going to be like this. How do I do this? Line, video capture device, add existing, main camera, go. No, that's the wrong thing. Damn it. I am so bad at this. I haven't touched any of this OBS stuff in far too long. My apologies. I am old. All right, let's put that there. There we go. That's my smiling face, and we'll just shove that in the corner. And all is right with the world. Quick question for the Mac nerds. If I get a Blue SCSI external, plug it in. Will it work on a Power PC? Macintosh 7600. Yes, it will. I've done it myself. They work beautifully with most of the Macintosh systems. Any of the Macintosh systems you will throw them at. As long as the Macintosh is not sad, I'm sure they will work with it. Now, there are some caveats with the Mac Plus and the Mac Portable. You have to put some special configurations into there. That takes all of 2 seconds to do. But yes, the Power Macintosh 7600 is an excellent machine to use a Blue SCSI with. I believe if you use an internal Blue SCSI on some of the 7000 series, you might get a speed boost. But I think... I'm not sure. There's the website has all the details on there. Go to bluescsi.com, read all the documentation, and you'll be fine. But yes, that's as Eric said. Thank you, Eric. Brain better than mine at this point. Yeah, you will get faster speeds from the internal one, but if you just want an external one for transferring files or whatever, that will do. Of course, the screwdriver bit I have... Oh, good, it fits. I was about to say, of course it wouldn't fit. Yeah, so you'll get potentially twice the speed output, depending on your SD card and all that fun stuff, from the internal version of the Blue SCSI version 2. But again, the master of Blue SCSI is in the chat, so I defer to him. There we go. That's right. I put the webpage up. Oh my god, that was so sad. Because someone's like, oh, Apple still has the page up with all the SCSI speeds. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And then they like took it down. And I'm like, well, good thing it's archived. So I just recreated that page. All right, so I'm just taking the side panel off the power supply here. There we go. Oh, holy dust, Batman. My goodness. I don't see anything juicy inside, so that's good. Look at these big honking caps, 400 volts. My goodness. Don't touch those. Besides the dust, which I will try and... Ooh, let's do this away from my breathing space. There's a lot of, like, crap in here. Like a lot of dust. Yeah, I'm trying not to breathe it. I'm trying just to make sure that nothing has exploded. I don't know what this is in the corner. Is that glue? Yes. Okay, everything else seems to look pretty okay. If I call out sick to work tomorrow, this is why. Alright, well, at least the majority of it looks pretty clean. So, that's good. The greatest technician in the world. It's fine. Alright, so we got the fan there that's very dusty, but it'll spin, I guess. Are these wires charred? Or are they just dusty? It is hard to tell. Hold, please. Let's take a closer look at that. These white wires are a little sus, aren't they? As the kids would say. As one dusty fan. How do they taste? Just like Mom used to make. Let's see if that comes off. Like if it's just like... Okay, yeah, that's coming off. It's just like 40 years of neglect and sadness. Maybe a little bit of grease. Okay, I just want to make sure nothing was, like, sad beyond a little bit of a dusting. Oof. Yes, grilled wires to go with the grilled tantalums. Let's remove this fan and clean it, because Why not? I'm going to regret this, aren't I? That is insane. So, Kevin notes the price of these systems secondhand. And, you know, that was something that a few of us were talking about at the swap meet. Was just like how insane a lot of these asking prices are for these things. And I guess if you have deep enough pockets and you really wanted something like that, I mean, yeah, nothing's stopping you from going to get it and fixing it up or whatever. But it's like, my general rule is not to spend $50 on a machine that is questionable. And it's just one of those things where I guess, you know, if you really have deep pockets, you could do whatever the hell you want. But that just is so, like, not how I handle my collection. I got, like, 90% of it when I was young, and this stuff was dirt cheap. And so it was like, if it didn't work, oh, well, I'll buy another one, you know. There wasn't anything really so prohibitively expensive with these things. And it also, unfortunately, is preventing newcomers from getting into the space a lot of the time, because they see, you know, these systems and like, oh, I would love to get one of those Macs, or I would love to try this machine, or I'd love to play around with this or that. And it's like, oh, they're that much? Yeah, no thanks. And I get it, you know, they don't make these things anymore, and they have some collector's value and stuff, but I don't know how to get this little board out, which is going to prevent me from getting that fan out of there. If they would send me one for free, sure. If not, I prefer the cheap screwdrivers I get from Walmart and other places, where when I lose them, I don't feel so bad. Oh, God. Yeah, let's not do this. Yeah, Rudy, that's awesome. I got one for $5. That's where my cursed journey began with that machine. Yeah, I removed the screws from the fan, but I don't think there's enough clearance for this to come this way and out, because there's this little board sitting here. Let's see if that board has any screws on it. It doesn't look like there's like all this goop in the corner that might be just like holding it down. Let's try and move that around a little bit. Yes, Harbor Freight. I actually... That's also a dangerous store, because then it's like, oh, I just need this. Oh, I need this too. Oh, I need this too. And it's like, oh, I just spent $50. Oopsie doodle. I got caught on the thingamajig. Very technical terms here. I wonder if I loosen this cable. If no, this is just leading down a rabbit hole, isn't it? Yeah, I really wanted to clean that fan off out of there, but it looks like, okay, that's going to the LED, and if I push on that, this whole little daughter board sort of pokes out, but I don't see how it's really adhered to the board, except if it's just like sitting there. Let me try lifting it up. Hey, Veronica, how's it going? We were just talking about the stop bits before. We summoned you. Hope you're doing well. We are taking a look at this Macintosh 2 power supply. I'm trying to see if I could get this fan out of here, because it's absolutely disgusting. But there's a little board here that doesn't seem to want to budge, and I'm trying to figure out how it's attached to here. It might be through screws. I'm not sure, because I see this metal bracket going in. But I'm assuming maybe that just holds up this little... Oh, I see. There are these little metal tabs that go in, and if I turn them, it should free this board. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get our pliers out here. Oh, you upgrade your website. Oh, sweet. Put a link in there, Veronica, so we could all check it out. All right. Let's see if that is enough. Oh, that might just be the only clip holding it in. Maybe there's a second one. I don't see a second one. That might be it. Oh, shut up, you multimeter. It's very hard to see with all the dust in here if there's another clip. I think that's the only one. Well, let's give it a try. Thank you, Veronica. Good night, Eric. Take care. Okay, there is maybe another metal thing that I can't reach right now because there are these cables in the way. If only I had some sort of visual device with a flashlight that I could take a photo of and review instantly. Yep, that cap is too tall to get a clear photo of. Okay, most of this is free except for, yeah, there must be something right next to that, and it's impossible to tell. Yep, I see it, I think. How am I gonna nudge that way, maybe? Maybe just is, oh, maybe it's just a shelf, so it doesn't need to be bent. We'll find out. Hitting power supplies with hammers is not my idea of a good time. But thanks for the suggestion. Especially vintage power supplies. Okay, I think... yeah, that doesn't seem to need to be... I don't know. Let's wiggle it. Oh, this thing smells terrible. Alright, so that's free. Oh, maybe I have to move it to the right. Like to clear it? I think that's it. Oh my gosh, what a finicky little thing this is. There we go. Oh gosh, look at that. So there are these little areas here and here where metal goes through. And so you have to sort of bend this tab out of the way. And this one just slides. You have to sort of move it in a weird way. But, yeah. Oh, Jimmy, sounds like your analog board has a cracked solder joint. Thankfully, it's a fairly easy fix. Oh my god, there's so much dust in here. But yeah, smacking it, well, oh my god, this is terrible. Look at this. You can't see the dust cloud. But there's a lot of it. And I should be wearing a mask right now. Let me go to get some paper towels so I can clean up this garbage. I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned with some protection. Oh my goodness. This is disgusting. Alright, look at all this dust here. Ugh. Hey, Macintosh, how's it going? Ow, just stabbed myself. It's one dusty ass power supply. Alright, let's see if this fan will move now. Kind of. Oh my god, it's disgusting. Thank you very much for the super chat, Macintosh. Super appreciate it. More metal tabs to bend out of the way. Are you serious? Just like, oh, I see. There's a bracket here. Oh god, there's so much dust. Ugh. Gut bomb. Super, yes. You could even buy a shirt to that effect, gut bomb. But you already did. How the hell does this... I guess I have to... I guess they want me to move this entire power supply this way to clear that 1 millimeter notch where the fan is. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm going to bend that out of the way and then just YOLO it. There we go. Oh my god, this is disgusting. I should be wearing gloves, but I am also not. Let's bend that metal out of the way. I'm awake now. If you had Steve reaches into a very questionable dusty power supply on your bingo card, now would be a suitable time to check it off. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt to get back in there, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Why? Why Apple? Or Sony? Whoever designed this horrible thing. We don't want our customers to ever be inside this. Okay, gotcha. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the ass to put back in. And let me guess, this is not... Is this on a removable thing? Can I just... Yeah, it actually is. Holy crap. It's on this little twist tie that I have to cut. But, oh my gosh. Sorny indeed. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. I don't know how I got here. So, yeah, that's the look of this thing. My goodness. Ugh. Very dusty inside, especially this fan. So we're gonna try and get that clean. Don't you know a Panaphonics when you see one? And there's this little plastic deal that goes with the smooth side down. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is just nasty. If I'm going to run this machine off this power supply, I at least want to try and tidy it up here. Alright, so this is plugged into here. Unplug that. Now, there is this little cable tie that I have to snip, but I don't know where my snips are because, of course, I don't. Oh, Lord. Somewhere. I guess I could just cut them. Oh, I know where my snips are. Hold, please. All right. Yes. Capacitoritis. Yeah, it's just, this is really disgusting. So let's try and snip this off without hurting the cables. Go. Put this to the side for now. My gosh, look at the mess of this desk. You can't even see it fully. It's disgusting. All right. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna hose down this mat outside after this. But look at the dust in this fan. That is just... Ugh. So it's a 12 volt 0.45 amp fan, and why is it this? Oh, I guess that's how they stuck this on with a goo. All right, whatever. First, let's just try and get the big crap off. This dust, that's what happened. It's absolutely terrible. That's what the breathing precautions are for. You can't see the dust that it, like, watch, maybe you'll be able to see it now. Yeah, see that? Like yeah, ugh. Yeah, I don't want to be breathing that in. Hey, Gut Bomb, that's fantastic, man. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, exactly. That's why. Even my fingers are all disgusting now. Ugh. Oh boy. No, this was at a VCF swap meet, and this power supply got passed around between a lot of folks apparently inside of this Mac, and now it's mine. And I don't want to be breathing this stuff in, and I don't want it sitting there. So we are giving it a rough clean. It's not going to be perfect, to be honest. I'm not going to go through that much trouble. But, do I dare undo this? No, I don't think it will actually be that one of those. But I do want to, like, fix it a little bit. Hey, that's not bad at all. That's not a bad price. Yeah, it was a... you could tell everybody about it now, because now you have no risk of people outbidding you. Please share the details. Oh my god, this toothbrush is, like, disgusting now. Oh my goodness. Yes, this was the swap meet this past Saturday. And this was a Mac 2 that somebody had for sale for $7 whole. I'm just borrowing the power supply out of it to test my Macintosh IIx. Ow, the blades of this fan are actually pretty sharp. But before we powered it on, I was like, wow, this is dusty. And then it just became more of a, ew, dusty stream. So, alright. Get as much of this out of here as I can while I have this open, because I do not want to have to do this again anytime soon. And this is not going to be spotless by any means, but much cleaner than it was before, huh? So. Oh, weird. Hopefully it's something simple. Sometimes those Macs will throw you for a loop for, like, nothing. Try removing the PRAM battery on it. That's what I would do first. Some of those Macs can be very picky. And I dropped the toothbrush. Oh, boy. Yes, good luck. Good luck to you. Alright, so fan was like that. So let's put this back in. Let's see if we have to clean up anything else here. Probably. Well, now that I get to these other regions. Oh, gosh. Oof. The amount of dust clouds coming off of this thing right now is ridiculous. I am very excited for that project Gut Bomb. I'm sorry that the UMax one that I had is pretty much crap. So I wouldn't rely on it to scan negatives. If I ever fix it, it's going your way, and you can't say no. Anyway, try and just reach around these big-ass caps. I'm not going to get every bit of dust, but there's like these cable shrouds. There's dust in there. Dust everywhere. At least we'll be less dusty. How about that? Not perfect, but oof, what a mess. Just seeing if anything looks like it's leaked. That just looks like old flux. Even the cables have dust on it. Even the cable ties have dust on it. Everything is dusty. Dana. Dunking it in water. So what happened to that Mac 84 guy? He doesn't stream no more. Oh, he's dead. Oh my god, so much dust. I'm sure a lot of this dust is also from me using the toothbrush to dust it, and all the dust from the toothbrush from previous dusting is now freeing itself from the toothbrush. But, yeah. Fun times. It's really caked into places too, like it comes off in chunks. Yeah, I know a few folks in the chat were at the swap meet. I know somebody walked away with a boxed E-Mate. So that was pretty cool. I think I'm causing more harm than good with this toothbrush at this point. Let me try and clean it slightly. This will be disgusting, so I'll show you all. Ice bubble alcohol, dusty toothbrush. Ugh, it turned that, it's going to turn this dark really quickly. Yeah, look at that. Delicious. Yep, that might be your E-Mate, yes. Hey, the toothbrush is going back to its natural color again. I'll need a new paper towel. Oh my goodness, so disgusting. Ugh. Throw that away. Oh yes, you were the one that got the 27-inch display. That's a good deal. I hope it works out great for you. Honestly, if I saw it for that price, I would have been tempted. I think I saw that on the table. I didn't ask about it though. I saw someone, okay, so the story about the E1, I saw someone buy the E-Machine's E1, and then somebody else went up to them, and they said they regretted their purchase now that they owned it, and somebody else bought it from them. So it changed hands at least twice at the swap meet. It was freaking amazing. I'm like, yeah, that sort of is the vibe around here. Like, ooh, I want that. Okay, what are you going to give me for it? Okay, yeah, that's great. Might be easier to buy a new rubber mat than just to clean this damn thing. My goodness. Yes, I may or may not have gone home with 2 image writers that were about to be e-wasted, because why would you do that to a poor image writer 2? It did nothing to you. It deserves to live. Neither confirm nor deny these rumors. Where's my toothbrush? Here we go. Oh yeah, that's actually like cleaning stuff now than just like moving dust around. Why am I just like unplug this from the stupid thing? There we go. And now I could actually hold this. Ugh. Without being tethered. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, I don't look forward to wanting to do this again anytime soon. So let's just try and clean it up. And dust helps trap in heat, and we don't want we don't need that. So my goodness. Oh, he did he? I didn't get to see him at the end of the day. I had to dart out a little bit early. A friend and mine were trying to catch a train. Why won't this fit in there? It won't. But oof, that was a lot of dust. But I did see a lot of people pick up a lot of cool things. So, all right. So if that goes in there again like that, then that, yeah, okay, that's fine. That little voltage regulator didn't really regulate to anything. It was just sort of flapping in the breeze there. All right. Let's see if we could get some of that other crap right there. AKA 11. There was a boxed image writer in a box variety that I did not have, and I did not buy it. I showed some restraint. And, oh shit. Well, I just broke that, didn't I? Oh no, I made a cuss. What the hell is this? I just broke it off. This little cap thing? 113 amps. It is a fuse? Hold on. Let's see what the hell this is. Oh boy. Can I fix it? Bruce, help! I made a dumb. Okay, I see metal on one side. Does it just clip on? I don't understand how this works. Oh, I see. Yeah, shit. I cussed again. I broke the metal. Well, I'm not turning this on anytime soon. That was a great mistake. Alright, so now a replacement of this. The coil. I need a new one of these guys. An inductor. Huh. Well, at least the number's still on there. Poopy doopy. Well, there was so much dust by there, I was wiggling the thing, and I didn't realize it was so lightly put on there. Let's look up that part number. Let us see. That unfortunately might limit what we could do for this stream. Might have to come back later. It is also getting a little bit late. 1408 88911. A camcorder chip inductor, $19. Oh, that's a different form factor. Why can't I find any good pictures of this thing? Probably work without it, says Bruce. Oh, no worries, Kevin. Have a good one. Take care. And catch you on the replay. 113 amp. $16. I'm not paying $16. I love this website. It's like currently out of stock, and it just has a big box here. I'll share it with you guys. I guess I could just get a random inductor. I was just searching for the part number. Where's the darn? There it is. Window capture. Oh, I don't know how to use computers anymore, I guess. There we go. Just like Sony inductor. $17 out of stock. That's the part number there. But I guess it could just be any old inductor. So let's see if we can find it. I guess I could resolder, but it's so tiny that I wouldn't know. I mean, I would have to take this thing apart. But I'm just curious. Whoopsies. Variable inductor. So if we just Google for a variable inductor, this is 113A. I assume that's amps. And we find a Mauser website, which is great. And we could look at the series, which I have no idea what it is. Here, let's show you what I see. You can see me make poor decisions live. There we go. Where the hell did the pork go? There it is. Length, height, packaging, termination style, radial. Inductance. I don't know. All it says is 113A. I don't know if that's a series. No, guess not. Variable inductor? I mean, that's what the website said, but that really just pares it down to like that stuff, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. But I will paste the item number into the chat here in case anybody is curious. I do have another power supply I guess I could grab. This one's dusty anyway. 889-11. And it says 113A. Well, we were cleaning a power supply and an inductor just popped off. And honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to disassemble this thing further because it is stupid dusty. But I could go grab another power supply to test what we were about to, just in case. I mean, just little thin wires. If, I guess I could... It's a broken part anyway. Boring conversation anyway. Let's see if I could pop this out of the thing and we could put new wires into it. I don't know. It's like heat shrunk onto this thing. We have ways of making you talk. Where's the microscope? Whee! Yeah, well, that's the thingy. Well, let's see what's inside of it. It's broken anyway. I'm gonna take this mask off so we're not agitating the dust as much. So I guess I can just slit the side of this. Maybe. Yep, there we go. All right, so I could see where that wire connected. And where's the other one? See that one? Well, if I saw both of them, that would help me. But I only see one, unless the other connected to this metal? I'm not sure. Enhance. Yeah, I mean, there's one of them. Where the hell did the other one go to? So we see that's where it came from. So there, and then on the opposite side. Weird. I mean, I'm not an expert at anything, but the other lead, I guess, should be on the opposite side of this, but I don't know where that connects to. If it connected to this little metal guy, I don't know really how inductors work, so I would this looks in the center, it looks like it's just a coil, and then maybe it tops to the top of this thing. Maybe. I do not know. Yeah, it does look like a royal pain in the ass to fix. I mean, I could solder two wires together as good as anyone else, I suppose. Let me see how this one that is not destroyed looks on the side. Oh, so this one's, yeah, this one's more robust. See, I just assumed it was a cap or something, so I was being a little bit facetious. And yes, there's the one. Let's try and match this up again. I know this makes for thrilling content. So this was like, it was sitting like, you can't see because I'm too zoomed in. Oopsies. So I believe it was sitting like this. So the part was sitting like that, with that wire touching where that was there. And then the other one must have been right here. So either attached to this metal tab here, or it was in a thin wire that's between the tape, I guess. But I don't see anything in there. I guess I could unwrap it just to take a look. Knowing me, I'd screw it up, but hey, it's already broken, so. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Inductor help, go! Gonna go see if the RAM is shorting out my G4. Cool. Anyone got a spare SE30 power supply? Oh, yeah, I guess so. I don't have, I don't think I have one that's handy, at least. I mean, I guess I could remove the tape from here and just put new tape on. It's just tape, right? It's microsurgery with Mac84. How's it going, Joe? So I'm assuming this inductor has a coil that's on the outside that I have to attach it to, and let's see if we could find that. So there's the one. Looking for the one on the opposite end here. Put that over there. These tweezers suck. Okay, so that wire goes there. I can see that. I see nothing on the outside of this one. Maybe it connected to this metal tab, although that metal tab doesn't connect to anything else. That doesn't make any sense to me. What the hell? Let's do ourselves a favor here. Let's put a little scrape there so I remember what side I took this off of. This is sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. So yeah, I see where that coil comes from. That's all well and good. Where the hell did the other one go to? If anyone knows more about inductors than I am, which is probably everyone in this chat, maybe it came from the center? I don't see anything. What the heck? I mean, where my tweezers are now is where I would expect the second lead to be. But I know enough not to mess with them. Look near the center of the bottom. Okay. Well, so here's the center here. And here's the center here. So that's one spot. Let's see. There's no way I'm going to be able to get into there. Yeah, see that one going there and up. So that's the, the proper lead. Yeah, so the other lead should come from the end inside, which is, it would make sense. I don't know where I see it, because I don't see it. I just probably just order the dang part. I know it's not required, but blah, 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 blah. I'm guessing this is just like a little spool or something that it's wrapped around. Let's undo the whole inductor. No. It's a Sony, where's the model on this thing? Sony model number CR-45 or 68-1073-5, made in Japan. Apple part number 699-0389. Revision E6M23. Rewind it. Bruce. Oh boy. I was just curious, you know. Now I know the answer is no, but yeah, because there's the one coil thingamajig. I can see where that comes out of. Is that the second one there? No, that's just tape, it looks like. Oh, got dust on it now. Keep dropping this. It's so tiny. So there's that one that goes whee all the way up there and coils around the outside. So I'm assuming the other one comes from the inside and would come from here-ish. Although you'd think if it popped off just like the other one, there would be a bit of a trace left behind. Well, I guess so. That's that one. Then this one would be towards this here. That might be it. Maybe? Oh, that's so hard to see. Yeah, good luck with that, Steven. Tweezer can't even fit in there. I can't even see it properly. My goodness. I'm assuming... I think I see a broken cable there. It's very hard to see. Oh boy. Well, I don't think I'm fixing that anytime soon. Yeah, unless like this thing unscrewed, which it doesn't. Yeah, I would never be able to get that out. It would either be there or there. Where's my pokey stick? I think I see the edge right. You can't even see it because it's not focusing. The edge of my scalpel is pointing right there. I think that's where the wire pulled from. Methinks. I'm almost positive. That's the only place it looks like, and it's super duper tiny. You could just see it's like a star in the sky. You could just see me poking it right there. I think that's where it broke off from. And now my finger is stuck to it. So, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that. As usual, my live stream has devolved into us getting nothing done. And now I'm tired. Oh, boy. Okay. So I think what this thing did, I mean, there's a bunch of caps on it. I think this powered the fan and probably other things. So I don't want to run it without this board. I'm sure I could find a replacement inductor. This one doesn't even have a rating on it like the other one did. Oh boy. Let's see if anybody has specs on that microinductor. No. Like wondering if it would just say. No, so that's a different one. That looks like a solid state one. That's not like, or maybe it's just a different package rather. I mean, yeah, I doubt. I mean, it's just an inductor. I don't think it would be a specific thing. I'm just not smart enough to understand. Uh, let's see, Wikipedia, inductor, a coil or a choke. Blah 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 blah. In the measurement of magnetic circuits is equivalent to inductors have values that typically range from 1 microfarad, or I'm sorry, UH, to 20H. Many inductors have magnetic core inside, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, this one had 113A on it, but that might also mean absolutely nothing. So yeah, cool. I don't know how they're measured, really. I just know there's one that's bigger and there's one that's smaller, and this is the smaller one. And where did we put that wrapper that we sliced off of it? It's been a very unproductive stream, except I got dust all over my desk. How about that? Who are you talking to, Steven? Absolutely nobody. I guarantee it. Boop-doop-doo. Sorry, folks. Most of my brain power is not here at the moment. Oh, boy. Monkey's going to pay. Hi. But we still got about like 70 of you here, so gotta do something. Yeah, I don't know if it's a speed control or whatever, but it does have the LED light on, and it does make the fan go. And this also wires to something else, which looks fancy. I think that's the relay. So it is a required board. Let's see where that actually... Yeah, that inductor goes to that connector. Oh, poopy doopy. Yeah, all right. Well, I think I might just put this aside and tinker with it another day. Let me go grab the other power supply, if I can find it, and test this stupid board like we were supposed to a half hour ago. Don't I have a Be Right Back screen on here? Yes, I do. Headphone users beware. Apparently this music is a little bit louder than it is the stream. So I'll be right back in one moment, please. Okay. This is my other Sony power supply from my Mac 2. I know this works. And I believe it's actually the identical model number of this bad boy. Labels are slightly different. This has a later serial number, so this one's an earlier model. Revision E6 on the one I have in my left hand, and E01 in my right hand. So, yeah. Or maybe they just changed the serial numbers. Anyway, this one's a 45S. The other one's a Model 45. The S stands for Steve. Or maybe it's Smelly. Who knows? Let's see if this one will bring any life into my system. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe you all get like 50 cents off a small French fry or something. I don't know what the points equivalent to. All right. I need to put something down on my desk because it's absolutely filthy. Here, container lid. Saves the day again. Oh, this is garbage. There's the inductor dealy. All right, let's where'd I put that board? Here it is. Let's see if the board will be miraculously happy again. Who knows? Probably not, but you never know. Oops. Did I just break the chair? No, I did not. All right, good. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is weird. What would users like? Things. Yeah, let's do the things. All right, we're gonna put this power supply here. Let's switch to the above camera, right? Maybe that'll work for a minute. Welcome to Mac84's live stream, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. All right. So let's see if we even just get a chime. I have a speaker here. I also have one of those dealies from KMac that plug into the floppy port, but I don't have... This Mac doesn't have a spare floppy port, so I would have to adapt that to get the voltages. But I could also just test with this Molex guy here. If I remember the color so I don't short it out. Anyway, let's get a power cord here that we could test. That one is... usable, maybe? Hold, please. No, that power cord is used by that. I'll just unplug that for a bit. We'll turn off the soldering iron, which has also just been sitting here, not being used for the past hour while I fiddle with things beyond my comprehension. Let's plug you in. Let's turn that off, just 'cause I'm paranoid. And let's plug in these batteries. Let's turn on the power strip. Let's adjust our pants here so we don't give anybody a show they do not want to see. And let's turn this on. Oh, it's already on. And let's see if this power's on. Well, at least the power on circuitry works. It's not chiming, though. That's weird. It's not even, unless the speaker's screwed, which would explain some things. Let me get another speaker. Where did that other speaker go? He says aloud to himself in the basement that is echoing of his regrets. Poopy. Where did that speaker go? I just saw one. I mean, I doubt that speaker's bad, but you never know. Dang it. Yeah, I don't have headphones down here because I stole them to bring them upstairs. Because again, these are the things you do when you're like, I need the thing now! And you just grab them to do a thing. I just had a second speaker here because I was testing it. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on. Let me go grab it. Alright, I have two other speakers here. Let's try our luck with this 2CX or whatever style speaker. Now here the speakers pop, there's just no chime. Hey, 68K. Jack 68K, Very strange. Let's see if we get any SCSI activity. Blue SCSI here. Just curious if that gets any power or we see anything at all. Yeah, blue SCSI gets power. Yeah, it's also right next to the microphone. Yeah, we get... it's very strange. I guess I could plug it into a screen. Let's see. Where's our VGA cable here? I mean, it's not the... Oh, we need a freaking new bus card. Hold, please. Now we're getting really deep into the weeds. Go grab a card over here. Now this is a card from a client from the other Mac I've been trying to fix, so I cannot misplace this again. All right. Let's turn the monitor on. Checking signal. What's the LED on the power supply is on? Go on. Yeah, I know. No signal. Let's plug... Does this blue SCSI have an SD card into it? No, it doesn't. I am just super curious if it will just, like, boot. I don't know. I don't know. Let me unplug the microscope thing, because I had to plug in an SD card. Where'd my SD card reader go? Oh, you idiot, Steven. I'm just the master of misplacing things. I mean, it's just one of my strong suits. Now, if I could find, like, some monetary value for doing that, like, if anybody has any secrets or anything they never want to be reminded of again, like, I got you. All right, here we go. Plug that in. So we got our blue SCSI image here. That's for a Mac Plus. Yeah, that should work. So let's eject that. And plug that into our external blue SCSI. Plug that into there. Power it up again. And let's see if we get any activity of it trying to do anything. I doubt it, but you never know. I am curious what would cause the machine to halt like this. It's almost like it can't read anything from the ROM. Let me try something real quick. Let's see if he reacts the same way. Exactly the same way without the ROM. Let me hold this. Speaker popped a little differently there. Now if I let go of the ROM, it doesn't pop like that. I do have a vintage Apple CRT monitor that is sitting on the shelf over here. I could also... Is that plugged into power already? It looks like the cable might be, yes, that is plugged into power. So if I just plug this into the card, let me wiggle around over here. Because LCDs are a little temperamental sometimes with these old Macs, but when you have a monitor from 1994 right here, might as well use it. Oh yeah, lights blink. Oh crap, there goes the soldering iron. Good thing that was turned off. And I turned on the computer too. How about that? Oh, my desk is a freaking mess, man. Alright, let's not try and break anything else while we're doing this, huh? If it was the RAM, I would expect a SAD Mac, but who knows? Let's try and get this video cable over here. Yeah, the board was recapped a while ago on one of my live streams, and I lent it to somebody, and then it got sad. So, oh my gosh, this video cable like barely reaches. I'm gonna have to move this whole thing over like an inch. All right, let's see if we get any video when I do this. Nothing. Let's put pressure on the ROM again. The batteries are of proper voltage here, so that should be okay. Let me do this. Let me turn off that. This is the Apple Service Manual. That's replace logic board. Let me unplug that CRT for a moment. Let's take out the ROM sim. Doesn't smell like it's burning or anything. Although it is odd when I do. So I noticed that the ROM sim slot on this is a little bit warped. But that's not necessarily something that looks like it's problematic, but I mean, things do heat up and they expand and contract and all that stuff. Let me look at the bottom here. That slot looks just fine. Although it is certainly possible there's a cracked solder joint, which we can examine. Ow. Stabbed myself with my multimeter probe. I didn't even have dinner yet today, although I had a very big lunch. So I'm getting a little bit hungry. I'm not sure how long we'll continue with these shenanigans, but I am proper curious right now of if there's anything wrong with that ROM sim slot, because it acts the same way as if there's no ROM plugged in at all. So let's I don't know if we'll be able to get clearance to get a good picture on this, but on the microscope rather, but let's try. All right, let's remove this container here. Okay, so here's the ROM slot. Let's switch the microscope camera so you folks could see what I see. We'll come back to that one. It's bent over a little bit, so it's hard to see. I mean, some of these look like they might be cracked, but it's hard to tell. Let's zoom in. It's really more of like a halo. I see a little bit of cracking, but nothing. I guess I could just reflow all of them, couldn't I? Yep, let's do that. I know better than to make assumptions with these old things. Wouldn't that be a nice simple fix? Took a nice derailment on going down the power supply thing here. Because if it was bad RAM, I would expect the death chimes here. But if I can't read the death chimes from the ROM, that would be a problem. All right, so let's get ourselves situated here. Turn the soldering iron back on, I suppose. Comb the desert! Yeah. Where did I put thy flux? Darn it. Damn it. It's somewhere. Oh boy. We're gonna try this. If this doesn't work, we will have to resume this another time because I am brain not good enough to continue go. Where the hell did the other flux go? I had a whole new thing of it. And then I did something stupid like move it someplace. Because, like, you know, there it is. It's just been a long weekend, let's just say that. I will try, Dave. I will certainly try. All right, that's plenty of flux there. Hold on. So this shouldn't need a lot of solder, but let's clean up our little mess here. It'd be nice if this fixed the problem, wouldn't it? All right, so. Let's try and get a little bit closer, shall we? And focus the darn thing, huh? A little too close. I mean, a lot of these just have enough solder on them that I could just tap it and reflow it, but doesn't hurt to give it a wee bit of help. Come on. Yeah, I guess because it's in a socket, there is the chance of like bending this in and out a lot, and maybe some of these can get fractured a little bit. But honestly, it wouldn't have been my first guess, as we saw. First guess. As we saw, I was looking at the board for any shorts, any weirdness, and then we're about to test with the power supply and got derailed with that. So. That one looked very cracked. These ones aren't connected to anything at all. How about that? About halfway through, folks. So those of you just joining in or wondering what the hell's going on, we are reflowing the ROM sim slot because when we push on the ROM sim, although we don't get a fix of this, it does make a slightly different sound. Which was interesting. So what I'm going to do is just reflow this hopefully this will solve our problem. Nope. I've run out of space to move this clunky board on this desk. It's so large. Hey, hardware hacker, thank you very much for the super chat. Eep! Comb the desert. Find anything we ain't found. Eep! Thank you very much for the super chat. That's a great movie. I have to watch that again. That and Blazing Saddles. Oh my gosh. It's two of the greats. All right, let's try and spread some of this flux around. And we're not looking to make this beautiful, but we are looking to make it functional. Okay, and we have just a few more to go over here, which the microscope can't even pick up. Oh my gosh. This board is so large on the desk, it's just sort of a pain to move anything. So I apologize. That's annoying. Come on. All right, this one at the end. Let's apply more heat to it. Come on. I mean, I guess, but that almost looks a little concerning, like there's old gunk in there or something like that. Yeah, look at that gunk come off. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think there's some gunk around there. There we go. All right, let's see if that solved anything. My hope is yes, but, you know. And where did the cap of isopropyl alcohol go? Which, there it is. Let's just clean this up. Now, while we do this, it also wouldn't be a bad idea to clean the actual socket itself. Just in case there was some crud in there or anything else like that. I mean, I see a little bit of corrosion, actually. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that. All those little bits of green. Hopefully those are all just surface. Yeah, that wouldn't have caused a problem per se. Let's just clean it up a little bit more. That is right. At least I could rule it out if that doesn't seem to solve it. So let's get our little container lid back on here so we don't short anything out that we don't want to short out. And put this back on. Let's move the microscope back over here. And let's see if this thing wants to be happier now. So we are going to plug a speaker back into this. I'm going to plug our ROM sim back into this, which we should also, can't speak today. It is getting late. I'm just going to clean this up with the edge of the toothbrush there. You know what? Let's get a, do I have a cotton bud? All of them are upstairs. I should be able to have one I could just use the edge of. Actually, there's a lot of gunk on the edge connector there of the ROM sim. Fair amount, actually. Would not be surprised at all if it was just a bad, dirty connection there. But at least this should give it the best chance of working, if that was indeed the problem. Alright, so we got that. Let's plug our blue SCSI in. And if we get any success, then we'll plug the monitor and the video card back in, huh? Alright, so let's turn the power on. 3, 2, 1. That made that crackly noise. Let's see if it tries to boot here. It is still acting not, it's not happy. But let me just remove the memory I guess we don't need, I suppose. Just in case it is something simple. So I'm removing the RAM from bank B. I think we should only need bank A, or at least we'll get a sad back chime or something. If that's not the case. No, the speaker pops, but we don't get a chime. And then the speaker pops again like it's initializing something. Let's see if it tries to do anything here. I'm going to plug the video card in just for funsies. Oh, you know, there is a fuse on this board. I didn't even try. I didn't even see if those fuses are busted or something like that. Let me just unplug this for a second here. Take these batteries out for a moment here. I'm just curious if these fuses have continuity on it. I mean, obviously the SCSI one does because it's doing the thing. I mean, those caps were there, so I don't know. It's really weird. That fuse has continuity, and that fuse has continuity too. So we should be okay. And that's okay. Huh. That looks a little crusty. What the hell's going on there? I think it's just dirt. Toothbrush. Just making sure there's nothing funky on any connections here. We'll try it again. And if not, we'll have to tackle this again another time. So I don't really have much energy to continue forward more. And it's almost midnight here. I have work tomorrow, unfortunately. Let's try it again. Be helpful if the batteries were in. always scares the crap out of me. Alright, let's plug the video card in here. Let's just see if we get anything. I saw a blink on the monitor. Like, just like a blink on the monitor. We should have gotten a gray screen by now on the monitor. But there is no gray screen. Maybe it just needs an ultrasonic bath. Who the heck knows? Well, I would say it's the power supply, but the power supply's light is green. All those solder joints look rock solid because they're huge, freaking thick, chunky boys there. And we're getting power to the blue SCSI. We're getting power to the system. So I wouldn't suspect it's the power supply. Everything indicates that the soft power circuitry is working. Let's push reset. Let's push the other button. Oh, that's reset. So if I push reset, we hear the speaker pop. But something is not letting it boot up correctly. So I could try reseating some of these chips at a later point. That's probably the next thing I would do. But it's very weird. Very, very weird. Yeah, no, I don't... I mean, there's two things wrong right now. We're not getting a startup chime, and I could try another speaker. We're not getting a startup chime. And we're not getting video. So, certainly something going on there. Hey, Carl. That is abnormal, because we should at least be getting a startup chime, and if the PRAM was weird or something, we should at least be getting video, and we do not. Let me put this card exactly back where I found it before I lose it. It's just very strange that we would be having a problem with both, especially because this board worked previously. So it could just be something that is a bit dirty, or there could be a bad trace somewhere. I'm really not 100% sure at this point. But I think I am going to wrap it up just because it is a Sunday night and I do have work in the morning. But yeah, I am super curious about what's going on. I will continue troubleshooting this. At least we know the ROM connection is secure. There could be maybe a trace that I cleaned up before that got a little singed or something. I'm not sure. All I know is this system was running, and then all of a sudden it stopped. Like it turned off while it was on. So a little component could have given up the ghost. Maybe a power supply fried it. I don't exactly know, but it is going through the processes enough where I am curious what's going on here. The last thing I will try and do before we continue is just go with the multimeter here and see if any of the other capacitors short out, or at least make a beeping noise. And then I could check with my pal Bruce on his 2CX to see if any do the same. I know C10 makes the beep, but that is apparently normal. And here's C10. Yep, it's expected. Could also be something just got loose, who knows? Yeah, the rest of those look fine. So, a bit of a mystery, but we will keep on trucking on this when we have time. No, all those tantalums I believe were replaced. I am looking over the board right now to be 100% sure. Yes, I don't see any of the original tantalum capacitors on here. I don't believe this had them. It all had electrolytics when I replaced it, but interesting. I would love to get this working. I do have a Macintosh IIx now, but this is the machine I had that was before that. Very peculiar indeed. I am really curious. Oh boy. Well. Tantrums, long tantrums. Yeah, Bruce had a great little video. Streams, I think it was, where one of those tantrums just went poof. I am looking at the bottom of the board just to make sure we didn't knock off any components or anything like that happened when it was in transit or lent elsewhere. All of those look fine. I'm not seeing anything that looks abnormal. Nope. I'm just looking closely at these chips here, just making sure nothing is suspicious looking or anything like that. I could also come back with the thermal camera I have and just see if anything is getting hot. That would indicate maybe a component failure, but I wouldn't suspect that. I mean, the system is starting up, so I don't think there's a bad short or anything on this that we would likely experience in that case, but who knows? Very, very interesting. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Vinegar syndrome polarizer on an LCD. I do not know. I know some folks are crazy enough to do that. I am not one of those people because I don't think I have steady enough hands for it. But you might be better off asking that on a place like tinkerdifferent.com. See if someone you could contract out to do that work for you or something like that. Because that you need steady hands for. I don't trust myself with that. Good luck, though, because that sucks. I hate that problem. I have to go check some of my computers, make sure they haven't developed that over the years. But anyway, I'm just noodling here, trying to figure out what's going on with this machine. But my goodness, it's getting pretty late here. It is close to midnight, so I am going to start signing off here. I would like to thank each and every one of you for hanging in there. I still have 82 people watching, which is insane. So a few plugs just to let you know what's going on. I just posted a video to Patreon about fixing a television. So there's a preview of that. I am going to put in the link in my chat to the shirt I am wearing in case you want to take a look at the merch I have for sale. Shop.mac84.net. It's where you can buy stuff like this. There's also some mouse pads and some mugs and some EAP things and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that stuff, please consider doing so to check that website out. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Also, smash that like button if you like what you're seeing here. And I'm also on social media, Blue Sky, Mastodon, all that fun stuff. You could do a search for that. Oh, thank you very much, Hardware Hacker. EAP! And that's a reminder. Thank you, everybody who has supported the channel, both in the past and the future and the present, for your monetization and support. Oh, thank you very much, Veronica Explains. Eep! Veronica says, hey, thank you so much for everything you do. I just got my 9600 back to life, and a lot of it I learned here. Hey, that's fantastic! Oh, man, the 9600 is a great power Macintosh. I am super jelly. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to ping me about that, but that is amazing. And that's what I do, why I do what I do here. I cannot word anymore. But that is very cool. I hope I have encouraged some of you to maybe go ahead and try and fix or tinker with your machines on your own. But yeah, I guess that's about it for tonight. Anything else I'm forgetting to mention? Anybody I saw at the VCFE swap meet, hello. It was great to meet you there. And if you subscribe to my channel on Patreon or YouTube membership, or Colin's channel on This Is Not Compute on Patreon, you get access to an exclusive podcast. That's me and Colin. So for as little as $1 a month, you get free entertainment. So, well, nearly free. Come on, less than you spend on coffee, but it's an exclusive podcast. You only get through that, so check that out. If you support me, that's an extra perk you get. A lot of people enjoy that, but that's about it for now. I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.